with the holiday
Yeah,
getting sorted
every
out?
yeah, everything is fine. I had to take him to the airport to fly back to Chicago, but I'm good.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thanks for taking the time anyway, because I know it's been probably a crazy time with the family and everything, you know. So there's a few things I want to talk to you about. Again, thanks for giving me the time. I really do appreciate it. There may be a TV program that I kind of do mention in a few minutes, but before we get to that, because there's a few other things I want to talk about as well. There's a couple of films that I'm really interested in that you're going to be that's going to be appearing pretty soon.
Okay.
Tell us a bit about your early life first of all. How did you get into acting? I mean, what was the thing that kind of where did the bug sort of hit?
When I got fired from a couple of jobs,
That's usually a good thing. Oh, lost.
are
Are you
you
there?
there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
My phone started ringing. Actually, when I got fired from a couple, I might try to put you on here.
Okay.
Actually, when I got fired from a couple of jobs, man,
Yeah.
I was working at a factory and I got hurt on the job, and then I started working at a shoe place. I was Champ Sports.
Okay. So
I
how old
started,
have you been around? How old around this time? What age?
at this time, I was like 28.
Okay. All
I
right.
was
Okay.
28. Um, I became the number one salesman at the shoe company. And one day, the general manager's like, "You're doing such a great job." He came to see me because I
Yeah.
was the number one salesman.
Yeah.
He said, "You're doing such a great job. How far do you want to take it in the company?" And the conversation was cool. I was like, "Hey, man," I would like to have a position like yours one day. 2 weeks later, he fired me, man. He fired me, and I asked my manager. I said, Ben, I said, why are you firing me? He said, Vince, whatever you said to the general manager, that's why I have to let you go. So now I'm depressed. I had just moved. I moved to go work for the company. I moved to a place called Columbus, Ohio,
Okay.
and about 3 weeks later, I went and saw my very first play. Never thought about acting or anything in my entire life.
So no training, nothing at all. Then no. No.
Well, when I went and saw that play, I fell in love with acting that day.
Nice.
And
Nice.
of course, a few weeks later, they tried to give me my job back at Champs, and I told them no. I found something that I love, and I started doing more plays, and then I did an independent film called
Yeah.
A Symbol of Love. That was my first audition for a film, and I got the lead role in it. So I started doing more plays and more independent films. And then the movie Traffic with Michael Douglas came to Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
And I auditioned, I got a part. And from there, I told my parents I'm moving to Los Angeles.
Really? So
And
you did the thing. You did the move into Hollywood sort of thing. Then Oh my god.
and then the crazy thing about it, when it was time for me to move out here to LA, the General Motors had cut me a check for $10,000 telling me not to come back because I was still fighting it.
Right.
I was
Right.
they fired me for no reason at GM, and they fired me for no reason at Champs.
Right.
But I like to tell people, just because we might think it's a negative, it might be a positive to move you into what you really and truly supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I thank them. Thank you, Champs.
Thank you for being fired twice.
Right. So that's how I end up getting into the business, man. You end up getting fired.
There's a moral there somewhere. I think maybe it was
Oh,
fate.
yeah.
I don't know. So, well, I mean, as I say, there's a few things I want to talk to you about besides The Walking Dead, because I don't know. I mean, it's a few years ago now that you got the part of was Oscar in this season 3, wasn't it? So, there's other things. I know you've probably done so much since, and I know I was looking at your IMDb, and you've been busy. I mean, recently as well, which I'll ask you about in a minute. First of all, do you get a little fed up of talking about The Walking Dead? 'Cause it's what, 4, 5, 6 years ago now, and it's probably a small part of your career on the basis of things, but it's led to so much, hasn't it? I mean, do you get a little bit kind of,
Sometimes, because like you said, I've done more than that.
Yeah.
But the show is so relevant and it's still on. And in the same breath, it makes me feel good that people appreciate it and like my character.
Yeah.
And I always hear that, you shouldn't have been killed off. You should have been killed off. And it makes me feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the same breath, I have to really look at it like if it wasn't for The Walking Dead, a lot of times people probably wouldn't want to talk to me.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I keep. It's all about that show. But once you hear my story or get to know me, you see that I'm bigger than just the Oscar.
Yeah.
It's more to me than playing Oscar on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because I tell people all the time, it's cool to be known as Oscar, but my goal is to win an Oscar.
Yeah. Right, I'll ask you a few things about Walking Dead quickly, and then we'll move on to some other things, because you're right about what you said about your character resonated, because I put it on my social media stuff about I was talking to you tonight, and I was excited about that, and I asked people to just send a few things into me to ask you, and I got a huge amount of response, for a guy that was in, I don't know, a few, the third season, so you had an impact. And on the one hand, yeah, you've done a huge body of work besides this, and you'll be doing much more. But on the other hand, I suppose it's opened up all these doors. You go to the cons and everything. I guess now you'll be, got all this recognition as well. How did you get the part then? Was it a case of? I take it you auditioned for the parts.
Yeah. I did a video audition.
Okay.
They sent me the sides, and at that time, the character name, they called it Mouse. The character's name was Mouse. And I had to act like I was in a cell, and I was hiding some family pictures. And one of the officers came and busted me.
Yeah.
Trying to hide the pictures. So that's how my audition went. But then once I got the part and I got to the set, one of the guys who played Big Tiny, we always introducing ourselves.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm such and such, and I'm playing Mouse. And I looked at him like, what? I said, wait a minute. I said, no, I'm playing Mouse. The audition name was fake as well. So,
right.
They try to keep everything on the low, on the wraps.
Were you aware of the story? Were you aware of anything about The Walking Dead before you got the part then? I take it you probably weren't a fan or anything, no? So.
I had no clue what the show was. And then when I asked, and it's like, well, it's about zombies. And my thing was, who watching TV about zombies?
Nobody watched that.
Everybody was watching it except for me.
Everybody in the world except Vincent Ward had watched The Walking Dead.
Right. But you know what, though, Stuart? I've been like that on a few shows that I didn't know what the show was about.
Yeah.
And my thing is, you don't have to know what the show is about. You just have to do your homework and handle your business in the audition.
Yeah. I mean, I've been lucky enough to speak to a few of the guys in your business, and it's amazing how many times I'll speak to an actor and I'll say, "Were you aware of this? The bigger picture of the film?" And they haven't got a clue. They've got their part. They learn their lines. They do their job. They're professional. But really, in terms of what the heck's going on, they don't know. And so I guess you're kind of probably the same. Any actor, it's a job, isn't it? Yeah.
And for me, I don't put one show above another show because it's hot or anything like that.
Yeah.
As an actor and actress, you're just trying to get a job, because the show that you might think is going to succeed and be hot might not be the show that make it.
Yeah.
It might be the show that's about zombies where you think, oh, that show's not going to make it, past season 1.
Yeah.
And then end up being the show. You just try to get a job, and you just try to be able to make a living for yourself, no matter what show it is.
Yeah. What was it like to join the set then? Because season 3, so they've been together a wee while. They're probably a close-knit group. Did you feel accepted? Was it easy to fit in?
Everybody was really nice.
Yeah.
For me, I go in and I just go in, be on time, have my stuff together, and just be a professional, you know. And if we click if I click with somebody, then we do. If not, then it's just my coworker.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, a lot of times people go in and think they got to be kiss butt. You know, you got to go in. Oh, hey, I'm happy to be here. Whoop, whoop, why, hey.
Yeah.
And it's not like that with me. It's like, hey, man, you know, I'm Vincent, whatever. Because I didn't know anybody on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no clue who any of them were because I had never seen them on anything else.
Mm.
So it was weird. I will admit it was weird my first day because the very first scene was watching Herschel get his leg cut off.
No kidding, really? Oh man.
Yeah, so you know, we were behind that cage thing, watching Herschel get his leg cut off. And you know, when Lou Temple said, "Holy shit," that was really my expression because I was like, "What is going on?
What job am I doing here? What have they hired me for here?" Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks so real, you know, the blood splashing everywhere and him yelling and people, you know, really getting into it. So right there, I was like, uh-oh.
Was it an enjoyable experience then? I mean, it was probably, you know, something very different from what you'd done before, obviously with the zombies and everything. Would you say, forget about all the razzmatazz around The Walking Dead? Was it an enjoyable time, you know, personally for you in terms of filming and so forth?
It was long, hot days.
Yeah, here the temperature's mad, isn't it? Down in Atlanta, it was mad.
The humidity was there's no faking, you know, that because it was so hot. But then, like, when we shot indoors in the prison, even though we was in air conditioned, you know, they still had to spray stuff out to make it look scary. So it's like, okay, you either be outside and you die from the humidity, or be inside and you're cool, but you choke from all the stuff that they, you know, spraying in there. Yeah. So I'd rather choke and be in some air conditioning than to be outside in humidity. But everybody was really nice, Gulf. I can really say nobody had any egos. Nothing like that. Everybody, they made you feel welcome.
Good.
Especially Andrew, Andy, Rick.
Yeah.
He really made you feel like, hey, like you know, I need you, you need me. Let's make this happen.
I've often wondered about Andrew Lincoln because obviously is English. Does he in between?
And I didn't know that.
I was going to ask you that. How much of a shock was that when?
Let me tell you this story. So it was the episode when T-Dog and I forgot the mother's name. They got killed off.
Okay.
And so we all went out to dinner. And so I've probably been working for like about a month and a half. And I'm sitting next to Andy, and all of a sudden he's speaking in his British accent. Now I had a glass of wine, and I took one sip. So he's speaking in this accent. I look at him. I look at my wine. I look back at him. I said, "Hey, man," I said, "What's up with the accent? Why are you talking like that?" He's like, "Do you think that guy was British?" I was like, "What?" I had no clue because he never broke character.
I wanted to ask that. So does he stay with the accent? And what do you think of the accent anyway? Especially the choral bit, you know. Do you choral?
He does an excellent job. All of them do.
Yeah.
There's a few of them on there that's, you know, from another country, but they all do excellent jobs when it comes with the accent. For me to speak in a British accent is horrible. Or any kind of accent for me is horrible because I don't feel comfortable. You have to really and truly feel comfortable.
Yeah. I couldn't do. I'm terrible at accents anyway, and you know, trying to do an American one, I'd probably just do every pastiche casino sort of, you know, Goodfellas. That would be my probably Joe Pesci type nonsense. I just love the fact that you didn't know he was English until.
I had no clue, and then I didn't find out the rest of them were English until after I got off the show.
Yeah.
I didn't know the governor and
Of
and
course, yeah, yeah.
Nancy
Yeah.
and all of them. It's like 5 of them. I never knew.
Take it over, mate. They take it over.
I remember back in the day when he'd be like, the British is coming, the British is coming. Like, the British is here.
Yeah, we're just taking America back slowly but surely. That's the thing. You know, forget the War of Independence. It was like we're just slowly, kind of like surreptitiously taking the country back over. Did you know that you were going to be killed off at the beginning, or was that kind of just like a, hey, sorry, next week, don't bother coming, you know, sort of thing? What was that?
Well, when you first sign your contract, they give you about how many episodes you're going to last. But that really doesn't mean anything, you know, because a lot of times if you click or if the fans like you, you might stay around longer.
Yeah.
It's just like Irony, the guy who played T-Dog. I think he was supposed to do maybe 3 episodes. He ended up doing 3.5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have to be honest, I thought I was going to stay around longer.
Yeah.
Because they started adding me in more and more stuff. And then one day, I just happened to be in the makeup, and I'm talking to somebody, and I see a new script. So the first thing you do is you go in there and you look for your name.
Yeah, yeah.
I get to the very last page and it says Oscar Dodge.
Oh, man.
And I just throw the script because I'm pissed because nobody told me. 2 minutes later, I swear to you, Andy comes in. Oh, Vince, I heard you're not going to be with us any longer. I'm sorry. You know, I was like, yeah, I said, I just found out myself. I just read it. Then it's like he snapped out of it. He's like, wait a minute, nobody told you? I was like, no. And before I knew it, he left out, and I had people came in and would start apologizing because they're supposed to tell you ahead of time.
Yeah. Man, what's it been like then with the cons? Because you won't have probably done any of the cons beforehand, I take it. So you'll have done them since. What's that been like? So, I mean, I'm a Walking Dead fan, obviously, and I know we can be a little bit passionate. I think the word is.
Right.
What's it been like?
I didn't even know what a convention was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, when I had an agent approach me about it, and I was like, so you go to a convention and people pay you to do what? It was like autographs and pictures. I was like, no way. I was like, to me, that was just as ridiculous as people watching the zombie show.
Yeah.
And then once I started doing it, I'm like, okay, I see people make a living off of this.
They do.
Because I've met some people that, you know, in other industries, wrestling industry, all kinds, that I hadn't seen in years and that I had admired, you know, especially some of the wrestlers growing up watching wrestling and some of the old actors and actresses. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I've had a good time. I've met some good people.
Yeah.
I've met some strange people too. I mean, people ask you some crazy questions, especially like when it comes to the weapons.
Yeah.
You know, how did it feel when you got shot? Did it really hurt? I'm like, what? Some people really think it's like you really got shot. Like, that wasn't a real gun, a real bullet.
Yeah, we're acting. Hello, you know.
Right. Or ask me, was I starstruck when I met Norman? And I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't even know who Norman was. Oh, Boondock Saints. I had never seen the Boondock Saints. I said, they're nice. I said, I'm a professional actor, too. Yeah. I mean, if you go on IMDb, you might see that I got more credits than them.
Yeah.
But people don't realize it. I mean, I always got to say, the way that you look at the actors is not the way that I look at the actors.
Yeah.
They're my co-workers. They're my co-stars.
You couldn't do the job, could you? If you were... I don't know. I mean, starstruck or whatever, you couldn't do your job. I mean, you'd be fired after a couple of days or whatever. So,
I've been around some celebrities, or worked with some celebrities that's way bigger than anybody from The Walking Dead.
Well, I
And I
mean,
came out cool.
yeah, I mean, there's a film that you did. Was it Live Evil that you did with? I think Tony Todd was in that, wasn't he? And Tony Todd, Candyman, and stuff. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a big
Now,
name guy.
when I first saw him, I was like, "Wow, that's Candyman."
Yeah. So you were a little bit starstruck then, a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I was just like, I was in awe because growing up, I was an athlete. I played basketball, and I got letters from every college wanting me to come play for them or whatnot. So you would think as a teenager that I would have Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Larry Bird
Yeah.
posters in my room.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had Chucky, Jason, Freddy, Candyman. I had those type of people in my room, and so my parents would look at me and be like, "You need to talk to me about something. What's going on?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Why you got all these scary people in your room?" So to be able to work with some of those guys, or see them, I don't get starstruck. I just be like, "Wow, he was in my room."
Yeah. You're on my wall. I mean, there's a film that's coming out. I think it's 23rd of February. I think sometime next month, which is. I was looking at Death House. Oh my God, this looks good. I mean, I've seen the trailer for it. I was speaking to one of these little things I've done with Vernon Wells. Vernon from Commando, and all the big 80s stuff, and Mad Max, Road Warrior and stuff. Lovely guy. And he was telling me about Death House, and then I saw that obviously you were in it as well. Now that's like a who's who of just. I mean, who we got in that? We've got Sid Haig, Tony Todd, Michael Berryman, Dee Wallace, Vernon Wells. I mean, now that is a kind of like, man, just looking around at these people.
Let me say something, and I'll be like, "How the hell did I get here?" I mean, you have all these horror legends in this movie.
Yeah.
And then I'm in there. I'm like, what?
Well, what's your part in that? Can you tell us about that? Because it's coming out soon, and it's going to be. I think this is going to be really big. Because it's been brewing for quite a while now, a couple of years, hasn't it, or something? What can you tell us about your part in Death House?
Well, I'm one of the 5 evils. You mentioned Vernon. Vernon is one of the 5 evils. Michael, Bill Moseley, and a young lady, I forgot her name. We're the 5 evils. So when you hear them saying about they're up there and we need to go down there, they're talking about they don't want to come see us. In this movie, my character's name is Phil or Thile, Thile.
Yeah.
Without giving it away, you won't see us a lot. Well, let me take that back, because I have never even seen the movie myself, so I don't know how the hell they have it. So let me erase that. But all I know is we're getting prepared for part 2, Dawn of the 5 Evils.
Well, I heard that. It's already been sort of taken up for kind of like it's going to be a prequel, isn't it? I think to that with your character. So have you been signed up for the prequel as well then? Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know when we began filming or anything. Hopefully Death House does really well.
I think it's going to do well. Yeah. I've seen the trailer. The trailer looks good. Looks a nice atmosphere to it. I think it's going to do some good business. I think it's released to selective cinemas. I think Picture Houses next month, and I believe.
Well, it's actually getting more cinemas now.
Nice.
Because the release was supposed to have been January 19th.
Yeah. What
they did was push it back to February 23rd because more cinemas are starting to pick it up.
Good. That's good news. So you said that you haven't seen it yet. Do you watch yourself? Can you watch yourself on film and not get? Because I can't. When I do these things, I can't look at myself because I think I sound terrible. I hate my face and everything. Can you look at it and go, oh my God, no, what the hell were you doing? Or can you watch it kind of objectively, when you do something?
I always criticize myself.
Yeah.
I always be like, look at you, look at your head, look at your nose. It'd be like something stupid. It'd be like, that mark on your face is still there. They should have put makeup on it. It'd be stuff like that, But in the same breath, it's more of being. I'm so humble and so appreciative of being in the, in the projects that I've been in. And I always think back to right before I moved to LA, when my parents gave me a suitcase. It's one of them small suitcases. Like, well, you're gonna need a suitcase, to travel around, because that's when I was traveling doing a lot of the plays.
Yeah.
And I remember them giving me that, and I remember them, people always ask my parents, well, what has you been in? And so my parents used to always say traffic, because that was the only thing I had been in at that time.
Yeah.
And it makes me appreciate when I look at my IMDb and see that I went from traffic to 71 credits now.
Yeah, I was looking the other day. There's a lot of work there, man.
Yeah, but it takes time. I tell people all the time, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know that I can only go up, not only because not just because my because I'm decent in acting, but as far as like I've grown as a person, my character and who I am.
Yeah.
So when you're good to people, great things happen to you eventually if you stick with it. Because if I was to like jump right in and everything was to happen for me, then I won't appreciate it as much.
Yeah.
But the hard times and the struggles, you appreciate it, and you just be so humble once you finally get to working a lot. Because my goal is it's not only just be on a show, but it's to be on the show from the beginning to the end. Yeah.
I was looking on your IMDb, and there's something that caught my eye, which I think correct me if I'm wrong in terms of if it's ongoing or not. 86 Zombies. Is that a TV show that you've started, or is it?
I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I spoke with them briefly last year about it. And they're getting like Kane Hodder and I think Bill, some of the legendary horror guys to be in it and whatnot. And I told them I was interested. I know these guys. I've worked with them a couple of times now, and I believe they're trying to make it into a show. And I think they're looking at filming it at the end of this year.
Okay, all right.
We haven't signed any contracts, haven't done any things like that. But I think what they're trying to do is just get the cast together so they can go and get the money people. To put money behind it. Yeah. So when you say I have this person attached and that person attached,
okay, all right.
It's easier to get the money when you have people attached.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Something else I've seen mentioned as well. What's this Devil Row, the new face of horror? What's all this about? Because I've been seeing this on your Twitter feed a lot. So can you tell us about this?
Yeah. Devil Row is something I created. See, with Devil Row, I can't kill myself off.
You're the boss.
That's right. I actually call him the New Age Candyman.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, you haven't had a black killer since Candyman. So what I did is I created Devil Row. Devil Row's like this voodoo guy.
Okay.
It's a really nice story behind it and how I became him. I don't know if you can see him.
Oh, yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
picture.
most people don't know what he looks like.
So now we're seeing it.
I'm showing you this is what Devil Row looks like.
That is cool.
Yeah. Well,
oh, man.
Yeah, I always it goes back to my childhood when I was talking about all the posters and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to be on somebody's wall. So what I did is I created something that's going to be on somebody's wall.
So this is it's a story.
It's going to be
Sorry, Vincent. Yeah, it's a story you've written. Is it going to be film, TV? Do you know yet? Or is it just something?
Right now we're looking at film.
Yeah.
We're looking at making it a film. I don't care what we do with it. It can be film. It can be TV, I don't care. As long as we get it done. I had one person attached, but I don't know what he's gonna do. It's like 1 minute he's there, the next minute he's gone. Luke Hemsworth.
Okay.
I'm actually in another movie with Luke. I don't know if you saw the thing Encounter.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, Encounter is gonna be like New Age aliens.
Right.
Yeah, it has Tom Atkins in it. Tom is great, man.
Nice.
I love. To me, Tom is legendary as well.
Yeah.
You know, so it has Tom Atkins in it. You know, as well. So I'm excited about that. But that's how me and Luke became friends.
So what else is in? Is you've got the Double Rose stuff going on? You've got Death House coming out. What else can you quickly tell us about that's in the pipeline for 2018? Maybe.
Dawn of Five Eagles.
Yeah.
Another show that's on Adult Swim is called Black Jesus.
I've seen bits of this.
Yeah, it's a crazy show, man. It's crazy. But it's comedy.
Yeah.
So
that's been going a year or two, hasn't it? That Black Jesus. I think it's about 2 or 3 seasons now that's into.
Yeah, but it had went off the air for a while. Went off the air for a year because Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's brother, he had died, and he was one of like the main characters on the show. So when he died, they went on hiatus for a while.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Listen, Vincent, I appreciate your time. This has been great, actually. It's been a real thrill talking to you. I've been wanting to chat to you for a while, and finally we got the chance. And I know you've been kind of like, enjoying the holidays, and you're busy and everything. Couple of very quick questions. Back to just very quickly the Walking Dead. As I say, a couple of people asked me to pass on a couple of questions to you, which you may have been asked before.
Okay.
Lewis Holiday asked me, did you like how your character was killed off? How Oscar was killed off? No, I didn't. No, it'd been better if you'd been eaten by a zombie or something, wouldn't it? But
not at all. I always tell people I got a story for everything. Like, my parents are very supportive of whatever I do. I'm very close with my parents.
Yeah.
And I had told them that my character was getting killed because they're huge Walking Dead fans.
Yeah.
Now they watch it without even me being on there. And so my mom was like, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I was like, Mom, I said, you knew that was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
And I said, you got to watch it. And so she TiVo'd it, recorded it DVR. And it took her a while to watch it. And then she finally watched it and she was like, did you get killed? I said, yeah, you saw me fall off the bus, didn't you? He was like, yeah, but what type of death is that? They could have gave you a better death than that.
So when your own mother is saying that you didn't die properly, then that's something, isn't it?
Right, because I've heard, a lot of times people will say they didn't see me change.
Yeah.
Or, you only got shot in the side.
Yeah.
Or some people assume that Maggie shot me in the head, but you never saw it. So who knows? Who knows?
I got another quick question. Amber Dean asked, what was it like to be on set surrounded by people dressed as zombies? What was that? That must have been surreal the first time.
It was weird at first.
Yeah.
But then when you start having lunch with them, it really gets weird, Because, once again, it falls back to me never seeing the show.
Yeah.
And to be there, once I got there, I thought I was going to have nightmares. Once I really saw them. Because I said, if it's a such thing as a zombie, this is exactly what it would look like. Because they do such a great job with the makeup.
Yeah.
But it gets weird, seeing them all beat up in the face and you trying to eat lunch.
Eating lunch, the next Sunday's face dropping off next year, and that's
right. Because they can't take it off.
True. Yeah. Exactly. Listen, mate. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you taking the time out today. I love the character of Oscar. I love the stuff that you've done since. I can't wait to see Death House. I'm really looking forward to that. And I wish you all the best. You've got a fine career ahead of you. If you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to be great. And keep in touch, and hopefully, I'll be seeing you in this 86 Zombies or whatever. The Devil Row thing, that picture looks great. Maybe I could have a copy sometime. Send one over, that'd be good.
Yeah, send me your address, and I'll send you a copy.
You're a gent. Listen, mate, you have the best of the rest of the holidays, and hope 2018 is treats you well. Okay, man.
Hey, we started off with the first interview, first week of 2018.
Oh, rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll.
I appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. The pleasure's been all mine. All right, you take care.